GM. GM. Blue-eyed queen here. What's good, fam? I'm just going to let the room warm up while we get everything situated in the stream. It is Tuesday. It's a beautiful day out in sunny Florida. And it's been a lot of just cool things going on in this area that I moved into. I live in the downtown now. So it's been a different vibe than where I came from. But nonetheless, I like it. I love change. I like to be surrounded in different places in the world. And so while we're kind of letting the stream get itself ready, I'm just going to pull up a couple more things on the side. How's everybody doing? It's nice to see everybody back again. And, oops, I need to test net. I need to test. Okay. So lots of business always going on, going around the corners. Things are moving and shaking. We'll get back to that message in a little bit. Instead, let's kind of see who's hanging out with us now and who joined us for this morning's session on launching your own NFT art collection. We're going to do this from start to finish. Been receiving tons of feedback on the education courses of just kind of tapping into this world of crypto and what some of the do's and the don'ts and how to kind of navigate your own journey in the Web3, because we all have our own goals, our own set of values, and our own morals. And so it's good just to kind of align with what you like as a person and what you're passionate about. And so today's session in the live stream is going to be how to create your own NFT collection. So we'll go from the beginning, which I'm using Canva. You can use Photoshop or other design related programs, and doesn't actually have to be design, but just for purposes of showing somebody how to do this, if they wanted to do it on their own, those are the tools that I like to use. And so on the side of the screen is one of my current collections. It's called 555, and it's being featured in what's called the Ape Chain Community Spotlight. And so I like to resonate my artwork to be something that's tangible. So a physical painting, well, you can have a digital version of it, and you can also go to my blog and scoop up a physical. And so here is a deep dive into what my mind looks like when I'm creating. So I'll raise the screen up here and I'll put that down. I'll say GM. How's everybody doing? So we'll give them that. We'll say, how's everybody doing this morning? Get your coffee ready before we go into this journey of Artland. I like my coffee iced, and I put it in a fancy cup because I'm a fancy lady. And just want to say, thanks for coming in and being a part of this morning's show. It means a lot to have the support, and we're going to grow this into multiple avenues for folks that have um, limitations with accessibility. So if you're a person that has a unique ability, we are going to incorporate subtitles in real time so that you can be able to put this into your learning program. Also, this will help international friends. So, individuals that don't have strong English, we're going to have the SRT file available for accessibility, for international, and for inclusivity. So, making sure that we feel like we're inviting as many people as we can to these spaces to give them a channel for them to be heard, to be seen, to learn something. Because this is a fast paced, changing environment all the time. You know, crypto, Web3, technology, the internet, it's always moving, and you have to be immersive, adaptive, and patient. And so, very good. I see a ton of folks are already reaching out and asking, questions about the platform and what we might be using for today. So let's kind of jump on in. Let's pull this up here. First, we're going to start with giving everybody a quick little run through on my paintings. So I have multiple collections right now, and this one specifically is called 555. So that means 555 paintings, and it's an angel number. So 555 is levels and levels of transformation. It means that you can be going in a constant moving state of grace, and there's things that are kind of getting little thorns in the side of you. So you have to adapt, evolve, and embrace that there might be new beginnings, that you might be shedding. You might have multiple things in your life that are forcing you into a direction, and you just aren't sure of why they're happening to you, but you need to know that this is a guiding force and it's divine intervention. And I'm a true believer in having faith, and I pray to God constantly. My connection and my relationship with him is very strong. And so I focused on all of my handmade paintings to be symbols of those stories. So they each have a number, and they each have a title and a description that go with them. So there there are ways to strategize when you want to take a collection and you want to put it online and have it be something meaningful, especially in today's times when it's so fresh and it's so new. My recommendation is to hop on Magic Eden or any other marketplace that have NFT collections and look to see what others are doing. Check the different chains, watch how folks are performing, put some of those seeds out there just by planting, like, okay, this is something I'm thinking about doing. How did you do it? Did you find this to be valuable to you? Or what were some of the challenges that you faced? Or on the flip side, what is some advice that you can give me? So I like to do my own research before I do anything. Before I stamp my name on something, I have to do a risk assessment test. So checking off all the boxes and just making sure that I'm feeling as comfortable as I can be. I've got all of my questions answered, and then I push that red button to launch it. So we're going to use a platform called Highlight, and I like them a lot because I find that they have many ways for you to drop a collection. You can do a series, you can have one picture but multiple copies. You can have things with JPEGs and MP4s and audio and WebPG. I don't even know some of these acronyms. Everything is so new, and it's always coming out with different changes. So again, you just have to be mindful that there's new technology, and we have to embrace ourselves with taking advantage of this technology. So We're going to give a quick minute to let everyone pile into the chat. I see that we're almost up to 100 folks and we're just kicking off and just getting started. So let's go around and let's say GM to everyone on Twitter, on YouTube, Twitch, on Abstract. Grab your coffees. We're going to have a fun lesson today. I got my iced coffee. I live off of iced coffee. I live off of it. And, before we jump down the rabbit hole and to start developing this NFT collection, I want to pull up an intro video that I had created, and it just gives a little insight on myself as an artist and what my mission is as just a human. So while I'm preparing some of the screens on the side and folks are jumping in, I'm going to invite everyone to take a quick minute to listen to this video that I created and just provide some feedback when I come back on. GM, this is Blue Eye Queen, yours truly, your favorite and your one and only. I'm an abstract artist, a painter, a dreamer. I'm a creative. There's always something going on in my world. You'll never see me without a paintbrush or something in my hands to sparkle it all up. I work with some of the most amazing people in this business, in this industry, and I pride and I thrive on being the best version that I possibly can be each day because I'm an artist and I pull up and I do all the things that I need to do just to get into the door with my limitations, and I never stop. Art is a whole different form of hustle. You have to be vulnerable in your skin to outweigh and outlie the rest. There's so much toxicity that gets enticing, and there's a kill to the desire of wanting to touch that. But when you're authentic and when you are yourself and you're not afraid of what people see in you, that is when doors open, when the floodgates start and all of the right people are presented in your path. You just have to pull up. I'm always giving my energy to the full capacity, but yeah, I don't know what this unknown is going to be. So I just do it because I'm passionate about it and it's fun and it's exciting. And I have a support system. I have my family, my fiance, my community, my friends, and my little coconut. And all of those things are what matter. When you know that you're on the right path and no one can stop you and art is subjective and everyone's going to have an opinion, that is the best way to live life, is to live life with intention and passion and positive influence. There's just so much to be grateful for. Even when you feel like you're in the hardest of the days, you have to remember there are other people that are struggling worse than you. And you need to start opening your mind to being appreciative of all the things that you've had and what you had to sacrifice to get yourself here. I'm consistently facing barriers of doors, of ramps, of parkings, but I still pull up because I love life and I love what I do, and I'm Blue Eye Queen, yours truly. Yay! Amazing. Really good. We're starting things off with a positive note and getting folks excited in the chat. There's already a ton of feedback, and I'll name some of these comments off already. Folks are saying, love what you're doing with the accessibility community. You are a pioneer and a cultivator in the Web3. That's awesome. Another says, we need more people like you in this space. So that means a lot. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm from Michigan in the United States, and it's a tough state with the snow and just hardships in general with the economy. So I've always really found ways to think outside of the box and to think strategically. I'm a visionary, so I like to think all the way through, and then 1,000 ways that someone can break it. So appreciate the high comments as we're just getting started with our session today. And so let's kick it off and let's get our screen up and going with Canva, which is a program. There's so many things, so many programs that you can use, Photoshop and Paint, and I'm sure there's, even Microsoft versions of these, but I find that I like Canva almost the most because there's templates in here as well as um, just keywords that you can type, and it gives you like content suggestions. So instead of like going to like Pexels or another third party photo center to download, I can just type it in here and add those elements: paint strokes, butterflies, hearts. So we'll give everybody a quick second to kind of come in and get the screen pulled up in case you want to do this with us in real time. So this is Canva, and I'm going to mute my mic for about 15 seconds to check on a few of the messages in the stream. And then while everyone else is pulling up this site, we'll come back and we'll get started. Sorry for that long pause there. I'm in back to back all day today. And so I just have to make sure that everyone is feeling valued and feeling ready to go. So, sometimes there's going to be a little delay every now and then, but it just shows that there's so much opportunity for helping people. And that's what life is about, is just taking a minute, getting realigned, and getting back at it. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to focus on thank you, everyone. Love the passion. That's fun. Yes, I'm a very passionate lady. It just comes with the role of being an artist and a doer, and coming from Detroit, we have a whole different world of living, just like anybody in the world. Unless you know, you know. So let's pull up this Canva board here, and we'll close some of these tabs. And so what I want to do is to pull a painting that I may not have. Is my little dog Coco. So these are all paintings that I placed in Canva. So I'm going to use one of these because I know this is from a collection that I created in Bogota, and that's in Colombia. And so these haven't been seen online yet. So this is an actual photo of a painting that I had created And then I took a picture of it, and I'm now just dropping it into Canva. Super. So I'm gonna take a second here. There's a question that came in. Am I paying for a subscription? Uh, there is a free version to this. So you don't necessarily have to pay for a subscription. You can just get started. And I'm on the teams, so I have multiple people that access my account because they help with other things, making schedule posts and things like that. But you can use this without having to make payment. But if you start to have so much content and you find that this is a valuable tool for you, then you might want to consider investing in it. So when I'm creating my artwork, let me pull this up a little bit bigger. And yeah, feel free to ask any questions that might come up. We are welcome. This is a I would say lunch and learn, but it's not lunchtime yet. So this is a learning session, and no question is, not what we're expecting. You can ask anything, and I'm sure someone else is thinking of it. So I'm gonna now edit my painting a little bit because I want it to be more or less as unique as I can get it. Let me put my face over here. Boom. So I like to distort and move the pixels. I like to make things look just even more unique. The more touches that you do to art, the more details, the more things. Those people that have that intellectual mindset, they're really like they're going to be in tune with that. So there are some features on here that you can change up the colors and the values and all that. So I'm just going to click around and see what's working. This one's pretty fun, right? So we're going to use Flint, and then I'm going to go back one layer, and I'm going to see if I can do the adjust button. And again, it's just like pulling things, pulling the colors out, seeing what works for your own mindset. It's like, okay, what colors are kind of standing out to me? That's, one of the things is like, how do I get this to be my flavor? So let's just pull some levels again, get those details up, get the highlights moving, the shadows. Those details are starting to come out. So you can start to see just the little highlights where the paint is being pulled up. And so I like those details. I find that, again, when you're an abstract artist and you focus on what that could be, ooh, and it lets you change the color a little bit. So let's make it like a green blue to match with today's kind of ambiance. Yes, this gives me like Monet vibes a little bit. This gives me a little Monet vibes. If you don't know Monet, there we go. We got this pulled up now. Doesn't it give like a Claude Monet vibration here? Right? Oh, super. Yeah, I'm like so happy to see that actually. I'm like, oh, this. So art to me, if I were to take like a full step back and look at it from a lens, art is just another form of replication or impersonation of a different style. So when you see something, it's almost like it's a form of something else that you might have already seen. So art can be evolving, it develops. It's your way of thinking and it's subjective. So what because I like doesn't mean it's going to be something that another person likes or you like. And that's okay because when you're making a reaction out of somebody, that's ultimately what you want to do. That's the ultimate goal is to make that reaction. So let's go back to that page. So, so pretty. Let me move this purple a little bit because it looks like we've got some purple from yesterday. Make that neon, put that brightness. And then here's where I say that this is like kind of the fun part, right? Where you can add these elements, these paint strokes and things like that. So if I type in paint and then I just go over to where it says graphics, I can start adding these like random little splotches. So then it becomes more than just the physical paint. It now is like a form of digital. So we've got mixed media in these layers. And I'm a layer person where I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun and funky. Put that there. Let's see if we can add some more of these. Get some paint splashes in there. Love it. And it was Valentine's Day. So should we add a little bit of that? I like it. And then we could type in like we could type in the word love. Oops. Thanks everyone for your questions. That is, it's really, I'm keen to get into that part of the journey on marketing. I'm really keen to do that. But for just for sequency, we'll get the graphic, put it on the Launchpad, put it out, and then I'll show some practices on how I'm marketing this, my own collections with my blog, with content like this, and scheduled tweets. So I'll give some of the ways that I've been able to monetize on earning crypto with my collections and how I've marketed myself on spaces and all that good stuff. So let me kind of play around with this and then we could say like that. It's pretty. Maybe we can make it so that it like goes into it. You know, if we remove that. If that makes sense. Love. We'll just leave the heart for now, I think. Should we change its color? Yeah, I think the dark was too dark. Voila! And I'll add a couple more paint strokes just for fun. It looks like it fits right into this painting, doesn't it? These strokes look like they Like they go together. I'm loving this. I could sit and create all day. Just moving things around and awesome. All right. I think that I'm satisfied with this piece. I'm going to zoom in for everyone to take a quick minute before we move into the next part of the session. But the details are fun and they're funky. So you can see, if you really now look at it long enough as an abstract person, you can see where it goes from the physical paint to then the digital. It's just like a little bit of an overlay there. Thanks everybody for tuning in and joining us. Let's stop and take a quick second for a nice coffee break. GM. Awesome. Very good. And so we're now going to move into the next piece, which is to take the digital and upload it to the NFT Launchpad. And so in this instance, for the demonstration, I'm going to use highlight. So let me stop sharing and I'm going to log in to my account. Oh, I love the feedback so far. The greens and the blues, they play well with each other. Yes, they do. I wore green eyeshadow with blue eyes today, just kind of to see if we could blend it all in some way. The creative touches. So appreciate the nice compliments about what we're doing. It's fun. Art can be relaxing. It helps calm the nerves. It can be meditative for healing. So I like to create because it's a part of just my world. So let's pull up highlight here and talk just a second about what this Launchpad is and why I like it. So there are many ways that you can launch a collection. I've launched previous collections on the Believer app, which is powered by ApeCoin. I love that team. The whole squad, customer service, launch, phenomenal. You can use, I was also a part of the Magic Eden launch. So my collection, which was called 555, we were just talking about that in the beginning, was published on their launch pad, which is big. It's like the mint pad. It's like so awesome. Many things for just recognition when you're working with a brand like that. And then a couple others after that, some smaller ones they tested the waters on, but are really grown energy-wise to highlight because I love that you can explore other artists that might be posting their content out here. You can make your own profile. There's mine from last night. You can go on here and just spend some time to see what others are doing. There's chances that you can learn from other artists. One of the advices that I like to say is don't compare yourself to what another person is doing. Instead, just take ideas and take notes and put energy and life into what you like to do. And eventually those seeds are going to grow into this beautiful garden and all your butterflies are going to be attracted to it. So don't make yourself comparable to other artists. I work hours on end just learning technology, and then I spend the rest of the time creating. So I'm really honored and grateful to have this moment with all of y'all so that I can get you up to speed on how to do this independently. So if I were to start by making a collection, there is a button in the top right. It says create. And so in this instance, last night we made an open edition collection. And so that means that people that come to the mint to collect the artwork, and for those of you that haven't heard these terms before, minting is when you are taking something and you're authenticating it on the blockchain, so in real time. So if I'm a collector and I want a piece of your art, then I can go and I can mint it, I can collect it. And then that gives me a timestamp on the blockchain of that art piece. And so there's multiple ways that you can make payment for these collections. There's, ETH and ApeCoin and Bitcoin and all types of ways. But we'll do a high level on how to create an NFT so that you can get the basics. And then as time goes by and you come to my podcast each day, you'll grow more into these details. And I'm also working out how to do more. So I don't know everything, but I have been exploring and I've been experimenting, which gives me a lead up on creating more, which is what I hope to do each day, is create and be independent as an artist. And so if I were to make one of ones are a single token generative limited edition. So we're going to do a limited edition today because yesterday we did an open edition. So today is going to be a limited edition. Boom, boom, boom. And I need to, need to save my design. I'm going to save it as a ping. We'll let that download to the laptop. All right, amazing. So let's take a step back. We have a couple questions from the audience. How did I sign up for Highlight? So I just connected my wallet to Highlight, and then I filled out my profile information. And actually, the Highlight team reached out to me and had said, we gave you a gold check. So that helps validate that I'm an official artist and I'm a creator, not a scammer. So that gives me that validation. So thank you for the questions. And we'll go back. I'm going to increase my size here so that everyone that's tuning in can read that a little bit better. So here's our media. Ah, I love it. It's stunning. Yep. It is stunning. I just can get lost all day looking at artwork. So we're just getting started. For those that are asking if we can start over, no, we are not starting over. We're going to keep moving the train here, especially considering I've got back-to-backs today. And I want to make sure that everyone has the time and the energy and we're showing up to do big wins. So I've got my image there. It's this beautiful love. So I'm going to type in love and I'm going to make I'm going to make a description real quickly. So I'm going to mute my mic so that I can type a description so that you don't hear me chomping. But in the meantime, leave your comments and I'm going to put mute on real quick to get this. All right, on the spot. I think I got it. All right, so here's what we're gonna say. Let me see if you can see this on the screen. The collection name, love, because we got our heart. The description of the collection. Let me know if y'all follow. Thumbs up. We're getting thumbs up. Thumbs up, GM. GM. Thank you for the compliments so far. That means a lot that we can whip out a painting in a few minutes and people are in love with it. That's crazy and chaotic at the same time. So the description says, love isn't always soft. It aches, it lingers, it pulls at the deepest parts of the soul. This piece is a reflection of that kind of love, the kind that stays even when the heart is heavy, when distance and pain stretch between two souls that were never meant to be apart. The textures bleed together like emotions too deep for words, each stroke a whisper of longing, of devotion, of a love that refuses to fade. The colors crash and embrace, mirroring the turbulence of separation, yet still finding harmony in the chaos. The love for my partner is flourishing here in every way, in every pulse of color, in every moment where love refuses to let go. This is love that aches, love that endures, love that awaits. Very beautiful. Yay! I see the like button going off. And we'll take a couple questions so far. Couple questions in here. Did I paint this? So we started the stream about 40 minutes ago. And the beginning of the stream, we opened a tool called Canva. And I took a physical painting picture into Canva, and then there's layers of the paint strokes on top of it. So if you go to my Twitter page, which is Blue Eye Queen, you can re-watch how we got from that part to this part, and then that will get you up to speed. So thanks for the question so far, and let's keep it moving with launching this in real time. So let's make it happen, Captain. So the token standard, we'll leave it as it is. This is a newer standard that helps create limited editions. Batch together won't, no. I'm going to go to the 721, which is the standard. And I think that this is the best for all collections. So I'm going to use the token standard, which is the ERC 721. Please do your own research for what you feel is what you want to do. I'm going to move this one onto the abstract chain this morning since we're using multiple collections of mine have been using Ape Chain and a few others, but I think today let's do Ethereum. Let's do ETH today. And yeah, why not? I'm versatile. I want to try something different. I don't think I have a specific collection for ETH. So, except for abstract ETH. So free mint, and I'm going to do a free mint, just all of the trainings and all of the learnings, I just launched them as free. Mint end date, there isn't one. Mint start date, we could start this at 10 o'clock. Edition size, let's do 50. And then the contract, so we can customize it. And we can use the contract symbol, which is love. This is the name of the contract, be visible on the blockchain, like Etherscan. So I love that, actually. Super sentimental. So we'll go with love. And then last but not least, we're going to want to fill out some of these extra characteristics. So we'll do traits. We'll do background, blue. We'll say texture, and we could say, paint strokes. we could say design, and we could say paint splash. And then we could say element. And then with this, we can write heart. And so having these traits, it's more of an intermediate to an expert level, where the more advanced things that you add to your art, it'll, when you pull it up on the blockchain, you can see these percentages of your rarities. And so if you have a collection with multiple pieces, you can adjust the rarity. So if there's like one painting that has a little bit of blue and the rest of them have green, you know, that percentage of that blue is higher because the rest of them have a different color. So you would want this painting because it's more rare. So those are some of those conversation starters that you could have. And I'm going to shut down my screen for a second so I can go and type in some things with the wallet. Put my royalty amount. And oops, where'd my screen go? So gate, this means that, let me pull this up. A gate happens when you want to stop from folks from getting in that maybe don't have access. You want to give them like an early access. So that this could be for your VVIPs, or it could be for someone like, for example, I like to give my collectors incentives for collecting multiple collections. So you could say, like, if you own the 555, then you get early access. If you own Vibrant Energy or any of my other collections, then I can add those gates in here. Or another example would be like a whitelist or a guest list or an allow list. There's so many names to it, where you have a giveaway online, which is one of the marketing practices that you can do when you're taking this to the next thing. You can have a giveaway online, and then, oh my gosh, I almost didn't know where I was going with that. You can ask for people to say, list your wallet address, you know, tag friends, do this thing. First, do this thing, like, retweet, comment, and then winners will get DM'd, and we'll add your wallet address to this gated list. So then anyone that participated in the early access gets first come, first serve. So I'm not going to put a gate on here because I just want to leave that for another session when we're doing something that's really thick. But as we do these steps of creating collections, I want to give everyone time to digest the information. So we'll start with basic, and then we'll go in each time and we'll talk a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And so these categories, these are how you explore, you show up in the explore tab. So you'll want to take a minute to go through and pick the ones that resonate with your artwork and which ones pop out the most. So I'm going to go through here and put in 3D, abstract. This is a collage as well. There's textures in there. And then so I'm going to do some more things for my search engine optimization. I'm going to add ways for search terms and keyword phrases, so that when there is someone searching for the first time or they're looking for art to collect, mine will show up based off of my keywords. So I like to do what makes sense for my style, which is abstract. And I'm also a painter, abstract painter, abstract art. I like to put in here that I'm a disabled artist. And I fill it up until there's no more to add. Paint. Okay, so we completed the maximum. And again, some of these little details here, we won't be able to dive into and divulge into immediately today, but just as a general synopsis, I'm going to give quick overviews on the things as we're clicking them. So thank you all. Appreciate your questions, GM. Love you too. And it's nice to see everyone. We'll go around and say hi. That session went so fast today. We're already almost here up at time. So we'll keep the train moving, and we won't close up if there's still other people that are tuning in and asking for clarity on some of the things that we've been jumping into. So let's make it happen. Oops. Ding, 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 ding. So let's find my collection. Transferability. Make this collection non-transferable. So that means that you can't trade it. You can't put it on a second marketplace. So I'm going to leave this no, because I want people to trade and I want them to have moments with the collection. So each person, maybe it can be a gift or it could be something fun. So this is where it all comes down to the moment of truth. This is where we're now deploying the collection. We're going to get this baby online. I'm going to pull up my screen a little bit bigger so that you've got full blown action here. Everyone that's tuning in. Hello, hello, GM. All right. This is the button. This is the button that we have to push. We need to push deploy collection, and then we send it. So it's uploading the content now. It's getting ready to sign the transaction in the wallet. While we're doing that, let's get a little coffee break. Oops. Transaction is signing. We are submitting it. It says your transaction was submitted. The exciting part, yes, I love the energy in the chat. This is the exciting part. Sign transaction in your wallet. I did. It says contract is pending. Hey! Congratulations, everybody, for doing that. We're online. It's looking beautiful. Let's click on the Mint page, which is where it's displayed. And let's give everybody a round of applause that was a part of this. We've got this physical painting that we then digitalized. We added, it looks real paint strokes too. We added paint strokes on here, spray paint, all that good stuff. Let's put a banner on here to kind of complete this whole page. But it's really that easy to make your own collection, like a very simple, basic collection. If you have a podcast or you have something daily you want to put out, I mean, Highlight does such a wonderful job when they're creating this. They do such a wonderful job. It's like so awesome. So round of applause for everyone tuning in. Yes, round of applause. Great job. That was super cool. I can feel the energy in the chat. They are excited to see the paint going. It's awesome. Again, like, I am not an expert, but I do have a lot of knowledge and I want to give it to folks and share it. So before we close up the chat, we need to get this collection out there. We need to market this collection. So what we'll do is I'm going to kick up another screen, which is going to be my Twitter page. And there's my other Twitter page with a different collection, which is the Ape Goddess. So I'm constantly making art. I'm always on the dial, just finding the ways to break through. And so I'm gonna now post this online to let everybody know we created a real-time art collection. What was that? I don't know. Thank you. I don't know what all that was, but created a real-time art collection on stream. Oops. So we'll copy the collection, and this was posted on Ethereum mainnet. So we'll go so it's called Love, right? And let's put a little snippet in there on what it's about, so that people are like, oh, this is nice. So I've got it created a real-time art collection on stream. Have a look at this new digital piece. What do you think? Love. Love isn't always soft. It aches, it lingers, it pulls at the deepest parts of the soul. Beautiful. Boom. And then I'm going to open it just to be sure. Link checking is very important. So I posted it out. It's on the web now. And, some ways that I'm marketing my artwork is I'm putting tweets out 8 times a day. So I have a schedule content of my artwork, the title, where the collection is from, what chain it's on, and then a link to the collection, so that folks that have interest in viewing my art, or they want it in their vault, then this is an avenue for them. So earlier we had a question on how would you market an already made collection. So my collections are online, all of my NFT collections. I started launching, my first collection was in 2021 with OpenSea, and that was in April. And then it wasn't until 3-4 years later that I launched a new collection. So now I have 4 collections total, and they're all different timepieces and different time seeks of parts of my life from a long time ago, or I'm reliving trauma or things that I want to raise awareness of. And so I have these different collections, and they all need to have love and attention so that they can perform well. So I use blogs and video content, reels. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok Live. So each and every day, I'm putting my energy into the art using these social media networks so that others can find those stories, be able to resonate with them, and have a personal connection. So if you're an artist and you're just getting started on your brand voice or your brand tone, what I would suggest is to come up with a roadmap. So if you have a collection that you want to post online, what are some of the things that you want your audience to benefit from? So my utility for my artwork is, if you go to my blog, which I'm going through a rebranding right now, but if you go to my blog, and I'm going to get everyone kind of updated on what that rebranding looks like when it happens, but for the most part, this is where I'm at right now. This is called theapegoddess.com. and I'm expanding my brand to be a more general name so that I can be focused in multiple collections and be versatile for the Web 2 and the Web 3. And so I give utility to each of my collections. And so that basically means that thank you for being a part of my world and supporting me. Here's how I am going to be able to support you and give you things. So I gave an ebook to all of the collectors that are each, a part of each collection. They all received an ebook, and that ebook has every single story with the pictures so that you can read through it. And it's like a book. It's like a journal of my mind in that book. And so that is a piece of my soul. That's a piece of my heart and my love. And so I have my videos and the content and why I designed this to be the way that it is, what the collection is about. And so there's so much thought process that goes into the art world, and I want to make sure I cover all the bases, not just to launch a collection and put it out there, but launch a collection and build a community. So we have a private Twitter group chat. I don't dabble too much in the group chats in Telegram, even though I'm in them. I find that Twitter is my sweet spot because I got my tweets on there and can just relay things. So the moment when something is about to happen in my art career, I always inform my collection group page first. Like, hey, this is coming. I want you all to have access to it. I'll give whitelists away. I'll give discounted mints, ebooks, Q&A sessions, panels. I'm developing a masterclass as we speak. It's a free masterclass, and it's so that people again can sit on the other side what you're doing and have an opportunity to put your artwork on the blockchain. So I can't say enough how fun it's been to give another lesson on NFT launching. And I hope that those of you that are tuning in had found some kind of value, if not a little, but a lot. Everyone's learning skills are different levels. So if there is some feedback that you want to provide to me, or there's other areas that you want to dive into next time, my social is Blue Eye Queen. So that's Blue Eye _ Queen. And every day I have a stream, and they're all at different times. So again, if you go back to the blog here, there's a podcast at the top so that you can get the stream schedule, because it is subject to change. So if you do like hanging out and you want to do this again with me, the future of what these podcasts are is I have a disabled user. I have a physical disability, and my community of my audience is a very large range of folks that have disabilities. And so, as I had mentioned in the beginning, I'm now exploring tools and resources so that we can have subtitles in real time for people that are not just access users or deaf or hand sign, etc. There can be international people that don't speak English that can tune into these channels, and using those SRT files or those subtitle programs, it is opening up a whole box of people that are now able to have a channel where they can come and learn something. So I'm doing my best, and I'm taking my mind and I'm putting it out there, and I'm trying to learn and troubleshoot, and I'm reaching out, I'm making demos, I'm trying to figure out what is the best platform for the subtitles, what's the easiest way, is it got language learning, can I do AI models? So again, Rome was never built overnight. I'm Italian. It takes a village. It's going to take a village to do this, and that's okay, because I've got a lot of patience, I have time, and I've got people like you that are sitting on the other side, and you're supporting me. So with all the love and all the best, I just want to say thanks again for coming in and tuning into our show. I'm going to step down off of the stage, and I'm going to raise up my music video again, and we're going to close the stream. But again, hope to see you back out here tomorrow. We've got an amazing podcast with Rizwana Iqbal. She's in Pakistan. She's worked for me for over 7 years as one of the ladies in my women's agency that I had started before I got into NFT world. And we are going to dive into social media strategy and women in tech with Rizwana. So again, Blue Eye Queen here. It's you heard it here first. This is NFT education. We've got women in business, all things fun and art, disability awareness, inclusivity. If there's something that we haven't talked about and you want to talk about it, please raise it to us because we want to be the most welcoming environment that you can see. So thanks so much, everybody, for the donations, the tips, the comments, the supports. Like, love, share, retweet. I'm going to pull up this music video. I'm going to step down, grab my coffee, and start the morning. GM, this is Blue Eye Queen, yours truly, your favorite and your one and only. I'm an abstract artist, a painter, a dreamer. I'm a creative. There's always something going on in my world. You'll never see me without a paintbrush or something in my hands to sparkle it all up. I work with some of the most amazing people in this business, in this industry, and I pride and I thrive on being the best version that I possibly can be each day because I'm an artist and I pull up and I do all the things that I need to do just to get into the door with my limitations, and I never stop. Art is a whole different form of hustle. You have to be vulnerable in your skin to outweigh and outlie the rest. There's so much toxicity that gets enticing, and there's a kill to the desire of wanting to touch that. But when you're authentic and when you are yourself and you're not afraid of what people see in you, that is when the doors open, when the floodgates start and all of the right people are presented in your path. You just have to pull up. I'm always giving my energy to the full capacity, but yet I don't know what this unknown is going to be. So I just do it because I'm passionate about it and it's fun and it's exciting. And I have a support system. I have my family, my fiance, my community, my friends, and my little coconut. And all of those things are what matter. When you know that you're on the right path and no one can stop you and art is subjective and everyone's gonna have an opinion, that is the best way to live life, is to live life with intention and passion and positive influence. There's just so much to be grateful for. Even when you feel like you're in the hardest of the days, you have to remember there are other people that are struggling worse than you. And you need to start opening your mind to being appreciative of all the things that you've had and what you had to sacrifice to get yourself here. I'm consistently facing barriers of doors, of ramps, of parkings, but I still pull up because I love life and I love what I do, and I'm Blue Eye Queen, yours truly.